Uh-oh. Terrence Crawford is in trouble. Canelo is sparring boots. It's over with for Bud. It's over with for Terrence Crawford. Because Canelo is sparring a switch hitter in boots. What better person to get Canelo prepared for Terrence Crawford than Jaron Ennis? He switches, he's fast, he got long reach. It's over with for Bud. It's over with. Bud's going down. He's getting knocked out now. You remember when clowns like Showbiz the Adult were saying this foolishness?
It's over. Saul Canelo Alvarez pictured with Jaron Boots Ennis. Now look, I understand Boots Ennis and what he's preparing for. But really, the story is Saul Canelo Alvarez having the perfect prep with Jaron Boots Ennis. You cannot get more perfect of a preparation for Terrence Bud Crawford than Jaron Boots Ennis. Terrence Crawford being known as a big welterweight, his athleticism being great, his slickness, IQ, boxing ability. Check, 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 check when it comes to Jaron Boots Ennis. Bud Crawford, an exceptional athlete in the ring. Jaron Boots Ennis, he has those things. Bro, it's over.
A lot of people took this narrative and ran with it, that Bud was getting smoked and knocked out by Canelo because Canelo had just sparred Jaron Ennis. Well, as we can see, Bud was right when he said, so, Jaron Ennis isn't me, and I'm not him, so I'm not worried about that. Remember when they asked Bud what he thought about Canelo sparring boots? He said he was not worried about it because Jaron Ennis is not him. And boy, was he right, because he made Canelo look easy even after he sparred boots. That just goes to show you, man, that shit with boots meant nothing. That shit ain't mean nothing. He sparred boots, boots sparred him, yada, yada, yada. That didn't do diddly squat against Terrence Crawford. He made it look easy. Jaron Ennis has never had the ring IQ, the timing, none of that. The punch selection, the patience, nothing. None of that Bud has, man. And that's just facts. The only reason people compare him is because he got long arms, he's fast and athletic, and he can switch hit. But Bud don't even got to switch hit. He can just beat you straight from orthodox or just stay in southpaw the whole time. His last few fights, he just stayed in southpaw the whole time. I mean, on the cool, Jaron Ennis fights nothing like him. Jaron Ennis, he's a showman. He's flashy, flamboyant in the ring, does a lot of showboating, a lot of, fun stuff. Kind of like a mixture of Roy Jones, Pernell Whitaker, all rolled into one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe with a little Prince Nassim in there. Those flashy guys. Bud don't do that shit, man. Bud is straight focused. He's laser focused. He's like a damn assassin in there. He's not playing around. Terrence Crawford don't play no games in the ring. No showboating, none of that shit. He's in there to seek and kill. I mean, straight relentless with a cold stare on his face. Unless he's sticking his tongue out at you and stuff like that. But nah, Terrence Crawford don't play around in the ring. So for people to think that Terrence Crawford was automatically getting defeated just because Canelo sparred boots, they could not have been further from the truth. That sparring didn't help out in the least bit because in the end, Canelo still came out doing what he always does, fighting in a one-dimensional style, never adapting, never switching up his game plan. His coach never gave him any different instructions. You know what I'm saying? They made no adjustments. He just walks you down with pressure and looks to land powerful punches to knock you out. Canelo was not fighting behind a jab. He wasn't really throwing combinations. You know what I'm saying? He was just doing what Canelo always does. Looks to drop you with the lead left hook or the overhand right, or hurt you with the lead left hook to the body. The same stuff he floored Munguia with, the same stuff he floored Berlanga with. Man, you're not going to just floor Terrence Crawford with no shit like that. He's too skillful with it. I mean, Look at how Crawford fights. If you want to have success against him, you gotta fight smart. You gotta come behind your jab. You gotta mix up your offense. You gotta be defensively sound. You gotta have footwork. You gotta utilize angles. You gotta do all the shit that he does. You got to do back to him. Canelo don't do that. Canelo walks at you in a straight line just like Errol Spence did. Only difference is Canelo is much more defensively sound than Errol Spence is. Canelo has good head movement. Canelo does have power. You know what I'm saying? Canelo has a great chin. He cuts the ring off well. Um, he just he knows when to press. He knows Canelo's a great fighter. I'm not saying nothing bad about him. I'm just saying his style is tailor made for Terrence Crawford. And you know, I guess they thought adding Boots to the equation was gonna solidify the fact that Bud was gonna get knocked out. People were wrong, man. And the sad part is, Jaron Ennis wasn't even contacted by Canelo. Jaron Ennis and his team reached out to Canelo. That's right. Jaron Ennis called Canelo when he saw Canelo was fighting Bud and reached out to try to help him so that he could help Canelo prepare and defeat Crawford. Jaron Ennis is jealous of Terrence Crawford. He always has been. It's been very apparent. Every time Bud wins decisively or beats somebody, he straight slaughtered the pound for pound king at 147, the undefeated, unified top dog that had 3 belts at welterweight in 2023, the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA champion Errol Spence beat the dog shit out of Errol Spence, and everybody gave Bud his props. You know how fighters give their opinion on a fight? Well, when they interviewed Jaron Ennis, he was like, I didn't really see Bud do anything special. He just, he did what he was supposed to do. He did okay. He switched. He did. I'm like, bro, this dude is straight dry hating. He always been jealous of Terrence Crawford. How many other times, and I ain't worried about Jaron Ennis's brother, Pooh Ennis, sparring with Canelo like a decade ago. I'm talking about Jaron Ennis himself. How many times has Jaron Ennis reached out to Canelo and said, oh, let me come spar with you to help you out? He didn't do that when Canelo fought Berlanga. He didn't reach out to Canelo to help him when he fought Munguia or when he fought Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. It's obvious. He did this because he wanted to make sure Canelo beat Terrence Crawford, or if he could help increase Canelo's chances of beating Terrence Crawford, he was going to do it. And the shit didn't work. Bud got in there and made that look easy, man. Bud was turning Canelo. He got in the clinch. He was stronger than Canelo. He was pushing Canelo back with his forearms. He was pinning Canelo's arm back to his body when he was setting up his punches so that Canelo couldn't punch and he could hit Canelo. He was stronger than him. He was using angles. He was throwing combos and then stepping off to the side with a pivot, getting on the side of Canelo while Canelo was swinging at nothing. Like on Dragon Ball Z when they swing at somebody and they disappear and they appear on the side of them or appear behind them. He was utilizing counters, feints. He was mixing up his defense, mixing up his offense. He never did the same thing like too many times in a row. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting going forward. He sat in the pocket with Canelo, beat Canelo with all the exchanges, land combinations to Canelo's head and body in the same flurry, then stepping off to the side. He made Canelo chase him. He fought him off the back foot. He fought him off the front foot. He made Canelo eat jabs. He hurt Canelo to the body and made Canelo lift his knee up with his left leg like he was doing a weird kick like Michael Jackson. He stumbled Canelo at the end of the 12th round with 8 seconds left. He caught him with a big left hook, wobbled Canelo, buckled his knees. Man, Bud did it all in there, man. He did it all. He even took Canelo's hardest punches and just smiled at Canelo. He took his hardest punches and just stood there and kept on fighting. A straight dog. no rehydration clause, no catch weight, no tune-up. Remember when everybody was saying, oh, Terrence Crawford, he needs to take a tune-up at 160 first to see if he'll even be strong enough to fight at 168. He needs to take a tune-up against somebody weak at 168 first. He shouldn't take the whole year off and bulk up. Man, he did what he wanted to do. He didn't take no tune-ups, no catch weight, no rehydration clause, no none of that. Went straight up there, all them weight classes to a division he's never stepped foot in. Fought the king of the division, the undisputed champion, face of boxing, and made it look easy. Made everybody cry. He told everybody that booed him, all y'all gonna be crying come fight night. And look what happened. Now they making excuses. Oh, Canelo's out of his prime. Oh, Canelo's washed up. Nah, he ain't washed up. Don't be trying to say that now. Because 2 weeks ago you were saying he was knocking Bud out and Bud was looking for a payday. Bud was looking for a retirement check, remember? You didn't say Canelo was washed up back then. You said Canelo was going to knock Bud out. And anybody who thinks that Bud is going to win, you said they don't know shit about boxing. And Canelo is the king. And Bud got hurt by Gamboa. And look how Bud fought against Madrimov. You really think he's going to beat Canelo? Look how he did against Madrimov. But now you're crying that Canelo's washed up, huh? Now he's washed up, right? Now he's out of his prime. So every time he loses, it's an excuse, right? Because when Floyd beat him, he was too young. When Bivol beat him, he was too small. You said he was going to knock out Crawford, but when Crawford beats him easy, oh, now Canelo's too old. Well, I can't stand these fans. I can't stand no casual-ass, crying-ass, excuse-making-ass fan. You know what I'm saying? And you know Jaron Ennis is probably saying the same thing because that sparring he did not pay off, man. That's all I got for y'all, man. It's knockout rituals. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.